We're going to explain how to make multiple pivot tables in a single Google Sheet. 1. First, ensure your data is organized neatly in a table format with clear headers for each column. This is crucial for pivot tables to function correctly. 2. Select the entire data range, including the header row. You can do this by clicking on the top left cell of your data and dragging your mouse to select all the rows and columns. 3. Now let's create our first pivot table. Go to Data in the menu bar, then select Pivot Table. 4. A dialog box will pop up asking where you want to place the new pivot table. Choose New Sheet if you want a separate sheet for each pivot table, or Existing Sheet if you prefer them on the same sheet. 5. Give your first pivot table a name. This is optional, but helpful. Then, the Pivot Table Editor will open. Here, you can drag and drop fields to specify rows, columns, values, and filters. Experiment with different combinations to see how your data is summarized. 6. Now for the next pivot table, repeat steps 2 to 5. You'll select the same data range again. The key is to create a new pivot table each time. Don't try to modify the existing one. This ensures each pivot table operates independently. 7. Each pivot table will appear on either a new sheet, if you chose that option, or on the same sheet, positioned one below the other. You can adjust their positioning manually by simply dragging and dropping. 8. You can make as many pivot tables as you need, using the same data range each time, but remember to create a new pivot table for each separate analysis. 9. Important tip. While the data source is the same for all your pivot tables, any changes you make to the source data will automatically update all your pivot tables simultaneously. This is one of the major advantages of this approach. 10. You can customize each pivot table independently, choosing different fields for rows, columns, values, and filters, allowing for multiple perspectives on the same dataset. 11. Finally, remember to save your Google Sheet to preserve your work. You can now analyze your data from various angles using multiple pivot tables from a single dataset.